often stated that there is a need for the Catholic Church to better connect with our young people. As a matter of fact, the topic of youth emerged as a major focus area in our 2020 Grow and Go Synod. We've all seen the studies that find a significant number of our young people permanently disconnecting from their faith during their college years. And this is where the Fellowship of Catholic University Students, or FOCUS, steps in. The primary purpose of FOCUS is to send missionaries to reach out to students on their college campuses and invite them to encounter Jesus. This organization was founded in 1998 in response to Pope St. John Paul II's call to a new evangelization, and since that time has sent nearly 500 missionaries to more than 100 college campuses across America. One of those missionaries is Maddie Smith, who is a FOCUS team director at Central Connecticut State University, helping to foster the faith in CCSU students during what is a formative period in their lives. And as Maddie will tell you, this work would not be possible without your generous support to the Archbishop's annual appeal. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Maddie Smith, and I'm a third-year missionary and first-year team director with the Fellowship of Catholic University Students over at Central Connecticut State University. Go Blue Devils. I have the privilege of serving along several other missionaries who can't be here today. But I'm also here with my chaplain, Father Michael Casey. You raise your hand, Father. Yes. Our job as FOCUS missionaries is to reach college students through authentic friendship and walk with them in continual conversion and equip them for lifelong mission. We do this primarily through leading Bible studies, mission trips all over the world and in our own backyard, and through our annual Seek conference that averages about 17,000 to 20,000 people, Catholic and non-Catholic. Praise the Lord. This work can be credited first to our Lord Jesus, and second to the generosity of others. In order to go out and serve on the college campus, FOCUS missionaries rely entirely upon the financial generosity of mission partners, and also towards those donating annually through the Archbishop's annual appeal. To be very clear, without the generosity of others, we would not be able to make a gift of ourselves on the college campus. So I speak on behalf of FOCUS when I say thank you very much for inviting me to an event like this, where I get to look at so many beautiful faces who are also generous in their labors and in their talents. Our work is about so much more than providing social events on college campuses that we might allow Catholics to hang out in a jacuzzi and be comfortable in their Catholic faith. FOCUS missionaries are in the business of saving souls. Maybe this won't come as a shock to you. I think most of us could think of 1 to 2 or more people who have fallen away from the faith in our own lifetime. 50% of millennials who were raised Catholic no longer identify as Catholic today. And of the remaining 50%, only 7% of those millennials raised Catholic still practice their faith at all or consider their faith as important. Nearly 80% of Catholics who walk away from the church will do so by the age of 23, and most of them will not return. This crisis of faith usually begins on the college campus. There is no gentle way to beat around the truth as a radical Catholic. As Catholics, we believe in a heaven and a hell. We believe that every human person was made for a relationship with God, and they can choose for themselves the rewards of heaven or the alternative. If every human soul is either going to heaven or to hell, then spiritual warfare is real. And if spiritual warfare is real, then the college campus is the battlefield. When the idea of FOCUS Ministries was presented to our beloved Saint Pope John Paul II, this idea of missionaries being sent out in groups to the college campus where they can share the gospel, lead Bible studies, mission trips, and intellectually and spiritually form students to equip them for lifelong mission. When this vision was cast to our beloved St. Pope John Paul II, he responded with a smirk and only 2 words: be soldiers. As a missionary, and in particular as a missionary within the Fellowship of Catholic University students, I pride myself in fighting an war that is unseen, but it is of the highest stakes and eternal consequences. Us missionaries, we are a resistance movement to the cancel culture, to gender and sexuality ideologies, to moral relativism and the false promises of this culture of instant gratification. The answer, the antidote to what poisons our culture and seduces our young people away from the church is so much simpler than the next best move made in politics or the next social justice movement. It is very small and oftentimes overlooked, but it is the way of Christ. It's just deep investment in a few people through divine life of prayer, the sacraments, and the teachings of the apostles. Practicing with each other, placing God at the center of their everyday life, in their workplaces, in their classrooms, in their sports, and in their pastimes. Back in college, I was reached by a Focus missionary named Haley. She invited me to join a Focus Bible study, to go on a mission trip to South America to serve the poor, and she invited me to Focus's annual Seek Conference twice. Through our friendship, she called me to greater conversion, and she taught me that checking the boxes of my faith were only the beginning of my life of continual conversion. It was pretty effective. It was through good and holy friendship that I was won for my faith, so much so that I became a missionary, and I don't know that I'll ever stop being one. It was through good and holy friendship that our Lord Jesus passed down his church. And it will probably be through the same means that he will reignite it in this generation of college students. For this reason, it has been a treasure getting to serve in college ministry as I was once served as a college student. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me the chance to thank you. This is a very small mission, but it is very effective.